Developing a wealthy mindset. How to think rich. I want to talk to you about developing a wealthy mindset. It's incredibly difficult to build wealth if you think like a poor person. We all know people who struggle financially, and it's often because of their mindset, not just their income. Let me show you something. This right here is a gold Rolex Daytona. Many younger people may not know the significance of Daytona, but it was the watch that Paul Newman made famous. I own 4 of these watches, and when people hear that, some immediately think, what a waste of money. That reaction comes from a poor person's mindset. So why would I spend $50,000 on a watch? The reason is simple. The national debt in America is skyrocketing, and the way our politicians solve problems is by printing more money. The issue with printing money is that the rich get richer while the poor and middle class get left behind.
There's a law in economics called Gresham's law, which states that when bad money enters a system, good money goes into hiding. Let me give you a real-life example. Here's a real solid silver buck. I buy a lot of gold and silver of them. Now, look at this paper bill. This is what happens. When bad money floods the system, what do people do? They chase after the bad money. If I ask most people, young or old, which one would you rather have? The $10 bill or the 50-cent silver coin? Most of them will grab the $10 bill without hesitation.
But here's the reality. The $10 bill is bad money, constantly losing value, while the silver coin is real money that holds its worth. That's the fundamental difference in thinking between the rich and the poor. Every time the government prints more money, assets increase in price, which benefits the wealthy. This all started in 1971 when President Nixon removed the dollar from the gold standard. Since then, the government has been printing money nonstop, and the result? The rich continue to accumulate assets, while the middle class and the poor struggle because inflation erodes their purchasing power. If you've noticed, everyday essentials like groceries and gas have become more expensive over time. Why? Because when more dollars are printed, the value of each dollar declines. Those who own assets, real estate, stocks, commodities, see their net worth increase, while those who live paycheck to paycheck suffer the most. Let's look at what's happening today. We have a presidential election coming up, and one of the biggest issues facing the country is inflation. People are struggling because the cost of living keeps rising. Every time the government prints more money, it takes more of these paper bills to buy the same goods. A house that cost $200,000 a few years ago may now cost $400,000. That's not because the house itself changed. It's because the value of money has decreased. Understanding Gresham's law is crucial. When bad money floods the economy, the smart investors, those who understand wealth, put their money into real assets like gold, silver, real estate, and businesses. Meanwhile, the average person keeps holding on to depreciating cash, thinking they are playing it safe. This is why I invest in real estate. I use debt, this bad money, to buy appreciating assets. When I take out a loan to purchase property, that debt loses value over time due to inflation, while my property increases in value. This is how the rich use debt to their advantage. Most people don't realize this, and instead, they avoid debt altogether, thinking it's a burden. But in reality, when used wisely, debt is a powerful tool for building wealth. That's why the wealthy continue to accumulate assets, while inflation wipes out the savings of the poor and middle class. Let's go back to that 1964 silver half-dollar. If I offer someone the choice between this coin and a $10 bill, the majority will take the $10 bill, not realizing that the silver coin has real, intrinsic value. The lesson here is simple. When money is printed, asset prices rise. If you own assets, you benefit. If you don't, you get left behind. This applies to everything, from apartment buildings to oil wells. When inflation drives up the cost of living, my oil investments appreciate, while the average person struggles to fill their gas tank. This is why I've been buying gold for decades. I first started when gold was just $50 an ounce. Today, I own gold mines because I understand that gold is a tangible, finite asset. Unlike paper money, it cannot be printed at will. Some people ask me, why buy a gold Rolex? Isn't that just a flashy purchase? No. It's not about the brand, it's about the material. Gold holds its value regardless of whether it's in the form of a watch, jewelry, or bullion. Let's say my gold watch costs $50,000 today. If gold prices rise to $15,000 per ounce in the future, my watch becomes significantly more valuable. This is how the wealthy think. Meanwhile, many poor and middle-class people prefer to buy things that are inexpensive rather than valuable. That's why they remain poor. I see people buying expensive handbags, shoes, or gadgets that depreciate in value the moment they leave the store. The only place those items will hold value is in a thrift shop. But when you buy assets, things that appreciate over time, you are securing your financial future. The problem is that most people have been conditioned to think cheaply instead of thinking long-term. It's all about mindfulness. What are you telling yourself? I can survive on cheap food. I'll just buy the most affordable option. Or, I can't afford to invest. These thoughts keep you stuck in financial struggle. The truth is, when governments print money, the wealthy get richer because they hold assets that appreciate, while the poor see their purchasing power diminish. This is why gas prices are rising, why groceries cost more, and why rent keeps going up. If you don't own assets, you are at the mercy of inflation. Many of our political leaders don't understand this because they come from backgrounds where wealth building wasn't a priority. Some of them were school teachers or professors, people who never built real businesses or accumulated assets. My own father was a highly educated man, but he remained financially poor because he focused on cost rather than value. He believed in buying things that were inexpensive rather than things that would grow in worth over time. That's the mindset difference between the wealthy and the poor. Today, I'm taking delivery of a rare collector's car. Do I need it? No. But it's a valuable asset that will appreciate over time. Some might say, that's a waste of money. I'd rather drive a Toyota Prius. That's fine. It'll get you from point A to point B. But will it make you richer? No. The real issue isn't about the car. It's about how you think about money. So ask yourself, are you thinking like a rich person, a poor person, or a school teacher? Your financial future depends on your mindset. If you want to learn the top 3 things that schools never teach about money, watch the other videos.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.